Well, this is really something. This might be the funniest way in which a leak situation for a big company has ended. I can't believe it. It really worked out in their favor a lot, and I don't really think there were any downsides of this. So to bring you up to speed, over the weekend, there was a hacking group that apparently had breached data from Rockstar, and they said, hey, pay or we leak. Yeah, basically blackmail, extortion, they had accessed some data from Rockstar. They said, hey, you know what it is. We're gonna leak this info if you don't give us what we want, which is money. I don't know how much money they asked for. We see this was the group Shiny Hunters, which had previously targeted Microsoft, Cisco, AT&T, and Ticketmaster, and they claimed that they had breached Rockstar via a third-party analytics platform called Anodot, which is used by companies to track cloud costs. Now, it was very interesting because Shiny Hunters, they said, according to Video Games Chronicle, in this statement, they said, make the right decision, do not be the next headline. That was them talking to Rockstar, which made it sound like, oh my gosh, they are really gonna leak some big stuff here. But Rockstar also made a statement. They said they were aware of the breach, and they said that it would have, quote, no impact on our organization or our players. Okay, that was something. The hacking group is saying, oh, it's gonna be huge. Rockstar is saying, nope, it's not gonna matter at all. So Tuesday, that was yesterday, and that was the day of the leak. So that day happened. I'm not going to show any of the leaked information. I don't want my YouTube channel to be flagged, but yeah, I mean, it was just third-party statistics. It wasn't GTA 6, the early code of GTA 6 or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it was just statistics. But of these statistics, it was actually revealed basically how much GTA Online is making, which is not really something that Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive has necessarily been completely public about. Usually companies aren't 100% transparent about exact revenues, so this is something that was actually leaked. And, well, it was awesome. Turns out they're making a lot, and shareholders really like this. The stockholders really benefited because the stock price went up tremendously in just one day. I'm talking today, Wednesday, April 15. So yeah, we see this headline right here that was already just made in the kind of just in the middle of the day, in the middle of the stock market day. Rockstar hackers actually made Take-Two's stock increase after leaking how much GTA Online is making. Now, as far as the actual amount that GTA Online is making, the good stuff here, it says, according to the leaked data, Rockstar is making more than $1 million a day from GTA Online, and this is around $500 million annually. That is a ton of dough, and so, well, we just look at the stock market here. Opens at, well, depends on what your time zone is, but it opens at 9:30 a.m. and it closes at 4 p.m., so we'll see how it turned out. So this is just today. On the left, obviously, is the beginning of the day. On the right is the end of the day. So we can see on the left, I have it highlighted in this screenshot. At the beginning of the day, the stock price was $207. And right here at the end of the day, it was about $214. It actually peaked at about $215, but at the end of the day, we'll just use that amount. So $207 to $214. That is quite a lot of money when you see how many shares are actually at Take-Two Interactive. I have it highlighted right there. It's about 185 million shares. So doing simple math, you take that amount of shares, 185 million, and you multiply that by $7 that it increased by today, and that gives you an amount of about 1.3 billion US dollars. Yeah, they made 1.3 billion US dollars today. Some sources I'm seeing are saying they actually made 1.5 billion US dollars. That might be taking into account when it peaked at $215. So yeah, anywhere between 1.3 and 1.5 billion US dollars were gained by shareholders today at Take-Two Interactive. That is insanely positive for the company. I'd say really the number one thing that a company cares about is its shareholders. Are they happy? And today, I will tell you, they were probably very, very happy. So yeah, overall, the confidence, I guess, in Rockstar was really good today because it looks like the amount of money that GTA Online earns was maybe even more than what people were expecting. So that was great for the stock market, and that was great for the shareholders. They're happy, which could very possibly mean more investors in the future for Rockstar, and then of course Rockstar is happy. So overall, this hacking group was apparently saying, you're gonna be the next headline, you need to make the right decision here, you need to pay us. Well, it kind of turns out from what we're seeing, it's a good thing they didn't pay him. It really all worked out for Rockstar to just do nothing.